Power and fame. Power and fame will always get the best of us, no matter how desperately we hang on to our humble origins. These are the kind of stories that everyone will come to hear once in a while due to people's fame and influence, even if you had no intention about hearing them. Here are 10 famous people who ruined their careers. Before we start, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our videos. Let's begin. Number 10, Macaulay Culkin. It has been 30 years since his first movie hit the theaters and became an instant classic. Even today, after 3 long decades, his movies are still being played during Christmas. You may have already guessed who we're talking about. Many know him as the guy who played the kid in the Home Alone movie series, Macaulay Culkin. It's believed that his acting career, which was sure to be a success, started to spiral downwards after some unsuccessful roles that he ended up playing. Guess they were expecting great things from him, and every movie that he starred in was expected to become a classic like that of Home Alone. Comparing his every success with reference to his early successful stardom would be a drag even if you were in his place. Some sources also state that, like, one of the major reasons why children with fame get destroyed is because of their parents. Culkin's parent also went through a divorce when he was a kid, leaving him with no wholesome support that a normal kid would have expected from their parents, let alone the most famous kid on the planet at the time. Getting involved with the wrong crowd and use of controlled substances also might have played a role later on in his career for his brilliant flame to diminish. Number 9, Jocelyn Wildenstein. People can never be satisfied with what they have. They will always be craving for something better and something more all the time. It's human nature, after all. From money, power, fame to good looks, everything and anything. Jocelyn Wildenstein is a prime example of how this type of craving is bad not only for your career, but also for yourself. It's not wrong to want better things, but to obsess about them is a whole different story. Many would know her as Catwoman. She used to be in the $1 billion club with most of her money coming from her divorce settlement, but now you could say that she has lost most of it, if not all. With millions in debt and living out monthly only in 3-digit figures, she has surely jumped off the peak and hit rock bottom. But what is to blame for this massive fall that she took? Or maybe who? The one to blame for this would be no one but herself. With large sums of money at her disposal, she started getting into spending habits that seemed most of the times outside her paycheck. Some sources say she even went up as high as spending $1 million a month. With time, her looks that she was so proud of started to diminish, and in order to keep up with that, she even went through plastic surgeries to maintain it, which did not turn out as good as expected. Not to mention the numerous news articles about her relationship troubles. Where do you think it went wrong for her? Number 8, Charlie Sheen. How can this list be complete without talking about the immensely popular actor during his time, Charlie Sheen? From his popular role at a television series, 2.5 Men, to many successful and respectable roles he played, he was truly a star at his peak. You would argue that there were hardly more versatile actors than him. During his days with 2.5 Men, he reportedly earned as much as $2 million per episode, and now he claims he's in a financial crisis. So how do you go from $2 million per episode to nothing at all? A lot of trouble started to stir up for him when he got fired and blacklisted after 2.5 Men. From going into rehabilitation for excess alcohol and drug consumption, domestic abuse, to public insults and lashing outs to fellow co-workers led to this blacklisted scenario. Also, it turns out that he was also HIV positive to add to his misery. There are a lot of stories floating around the internet about how he himself is responsible for his downfall and no one else. It's kind of hard to disagree with that fact. Number 7, Mel Gibson. Words are more powerful than weapons. This saying turned out to be right on the money for Mel Gibson and his career. Who would have thought that getting caught while drinking and driving on a night after partying would be the turning point of his career? This revealed the fact that he was an anti-Semite and introduced the phrase sugar blank to the general public. From two-time Oscar-winning actor to drunken anti-Semitism rants, which eventually led to the downfall of his career, which would have one day gone down in history as one of the most successful careers in the show business. Years after that incident, there were cases against him of domestic abuse and racism, which was adding fuel to his burning career. One night can really change a whole man's career if you are famous and people are watching every little step you take. Number 6. Kevin Spacey. No matter what you say, Kevin Spacey is a great actor and has proven it time and again. From hit movies like American Beauty, The Usual Suspects, to recent award-winning series like House of Cards, you can safely say that he has put out some hits out there. But despite his fame and talent, his career seems to have plummeted after the year 2017. What exactly happened in that year, which was able to ruin such a talented and respected man in the show business? Accusations of sexual assault is your answer. In October 2017, his career took a hard turn when actor Anthony Rapp decided to come forward with accusations that he had been sexually assaulted by Kevin Spacey back in 1986, when he was only 14 years old. Following this, numerous others started coming forward, which forced Spacey to stand in court. Due to this, he lost his role in ongoing projects and movies, causing a huge dent in his career, which he seems very less likely to recover from. Number 5. Lindsay Lohan. Everybody had a celebrity crush at Lindsay Lohan at some point of their life, considering the perfect mixture of her talent and good looks. However, the fame, money, and power did not take a good toll on her career. Her career can be turned into a movie, and nobody would believe that it's based on a real-life story of a person. From losing a finger, appearing in court for violation of her probation, to converting her religion, she had gone through it all in the short span of a few years, which resulted in absolute demolition of her professional career. Who once came to haunt boys and girls alike in their dreams is now at the lowest point of her career, despite people claiming she had a bright future just decades back. Number 4. Jennifer Grey. From being nominated at the Golden Globe to losing all her fame overnight, Jennifer Grey's career has it all. She's best known for her role in the movie Dirty Dancing, which at the time even rivaled the popularity of the Titanic in the box office. She shot her way into fame and in the same way shot herself down. Fans still believe that it all changed for her when she underwent a nose job to change her nose, which at the time seemed to bother her and was not up to the A-lister standard in her opinion. Soon after undergoing this, her fame shot down as people started to point out this was not the original Jennifer Grey that they appreciated. To add even more misery, she suffered even more setbacks as she suffered from thyroid cancer and survived. Piling all these together along with other incidents that took place in her life, it eventually led to her downfall and was not able to cope well in the end. Number 3. Tatum O'Neal. She was the youngest star ever to win an Oscar for Best Actress in a Supporting Role, and many predicted that there would be nothing but success in her career if she traversed on the same path that she was at the time. However, that did not happen, and not everything went as planned. Drug abuse can be pinpointed as the sole reason why her career did not take off, considering the position she was in with all her success stories. After winning her Oscar, not many remarkable and memorable roles are under her belt, and if we dare say, not many still remember her and her work. Her drug problem did not only impact her professional career, but also impacted her personal one when she lost custody of her children. Not only did she lose career, but also her kids. Drugs can harm you in many ways, so stay away from drugs, kids. Number 2. Thomas Gibson. You may know him from the famous television series Criminal Minds, where he was the lead actor. However, he was fired from the series after he got into a heated argument with the show's co-executive producer and ended up hitting him. To the disbelief of fans, the decision was announced as permanent, and just like that, Thomas Gibson was out of the picture. Reports claim that it was not one of the first incidents that involved Gibson, and he had been involved in several others in the past. This chain of events had led to the permanent dismissal of him from the set and a famed career. Number 1. David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff was a huge star in the 80s and 90s, and saying that could even be considered an understatement given the huge career that he had. The reason for his career downfall? Alcohol abuse, which not only impacted his career but also rippled into his personal life and affairs. The triggering point was back in 2006 when his own daughter videotaped him under the influence. These events from his life, which began to slowly surface on the internet, ruined his image and eventually his reputation. However, he was able to recover from this obvious problem, but his career was not able to make a full recovery ever since.
Do you like funny, innovative, and random videos of just about anything? Then subscribe to Cozy, cause we got loads of videos just for that. Surely you won't regret it. The link is in the description.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to always be in the loop. We'll see you in the next one.